I'm Chris from Airwindows, and hey, you can do this. Because this is PitchNasty. I've got some folks in the Dogs and Acid forums who are interested in hearing about this one. It came to my attention that people were using a thing called the Akai as a way of batch processing files, like breakbeat files and things, and taking those and giving it this peculiar time-stretched sound that you used to be able to get out of classic Akai samplers. I'm wondering how close I came, because PitchNasty is not meant to be an Akai, but it is meant to be like what Glitch Shifter is, but much cruder. And there is the secret, where Glitch Shifter does a really complicated thing of bouncing around in different places in the sample to try to seamlessly chop back and forth between pitch shift areas so that it makes as few clicks as possible, having the most intense and vivid pitch shift sound, which is literally playing the sample back at different speeds. PitchNasty just plain plays the sample back at different speeds in the crudest way possible, with one exception. It smooths off the way that the transfer happens, but this is one of those really primitive pitch shifters, and it sounds a little like this. But you're not really hearing what it is until I start playing with some more of the controls. For instance, here is it at a pitch shift of 7. These are in semitones. Grind goes from -32 to +32. Listen. That little overtone you're hearing is not a flange by itself. What you're hearing is the scrunch of this loop going at different speeds. Here, I'll exaggerate it. This is maximal pitch up. No, this is maximal pitch up. So with this, we're exacerbating grind. Or we could do the opposite, low frequencies. Now, one side effect of this, if you're doing this kind of pitch shift, it is terrible on continuous notes, which is why we're hearing it in drums, but it's really tight to the original sound. As you can hear, that's pretty punchy. So if you combine it with something like a bass, we can tune it to the bass, because grind is also in semitones. And in that way, here I found that if I set it to -12, it's easier to get to literally 0 on the bend. But wait, there's more. We can also feedback. When you feed this algorithm back, it gets really weird. Or we can go down. Now we're just making it freak out and feed back. With both of these things set to 0, it hovers around the edge of doing something. And you can hear the output of the craziness against the raw track in dry, and you can hear that this is a very direct way of doing your old Akai kind of thing. The reason people like that unsophisticated pitch shift is it can be very direct. As you can hear. See, here's both. And we can also throw in the feedback, which will tend to delay things. And grind makes it be a pitch, but is also determining how wide the sample buffer we're spinning through is. So we got a sort of weird, nasty tone here. And as you can hear, this is split between dry and wet. The effect is sticking very close to dry. But I know what you're wondering. What does it do on a melodic sound? Terrible things. This is what the pitch scrunch sounds like. So here is a fairly high grind. If we lower the pitch down, I think we had like 13. And we can kind of tune it. To the original key, or throw feedback in. For a kind of horrible ring modulating thing. Can tune the overtone to something. There's the root note. although actually it's not, because we have picked grind so high that it's not able to generate a note. Check this out. Hear how it sounds like the root? If we drop grind down, we get one note up. And that buzzy noise is where the cycle crosses over. And of course, feedback. And there you have it. Airwindows PitchNasty is your take on sort of old school sampler pitch shifting for if you're trying to make breakbeats or something like that. And editing together stuff spit out of a standalone generator would be too much trouble. You can make something like this and automate these controls. And there you have it. So anybody who's interested in certain genres of music might see the use of this. And it is that is just continuing its little jam, isn't it? How about we ask it to stop? PitchNasty is an audio unit and VST 2.4 plugin for Macs, Windows, Linux, both on Intel and Raspberry Pi, or at least I'm compiling it on Raspberry Pi and it'll run on mine. And I hope you like it. All of this stuff is supported by Patreon, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff coming out. This is just coming out because, as you might be able to see, I'm still here in Canada. I'm not back in my studio yet, and I am scrambling, doing a whole bunch of stuff, but never fear, I'll be back to my workplace. And while I'm heading there, I'm building up a collection of plugins for you coming forwards, which will blow your mind. This bumped forwards because there was somebody on a forum that I read asking about a Kaiser and asking about whether they could get this particular kind of classic, very primitive sampler repitching. And I had happened to be working on this, and I thought, well, I don't know if it's exactly an Akai, but maybe you will like it all the same. And maybe you will. So I will talk to you later. Have a good day. And thanks for the attention. I hope you like the plugin. It's definitely a weird one. Hopefully you can find some cool uses for it. Bye-bye.